Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is Montana This Morning from Montana's news leader.
Well, good morning. Thanks for waking up with us today. I'm Justine Stewart.
And I'm Louis Stewart. Hopefully having a good start to your Monday. And Justine, I'm pretty excited because it is the Eclipse Day. Yes.
Yes, we were just playing with those.
Yes, got the Eclipse sunglasses right here.
Yeah, and you need those.
Yes.
Don't look at it.
No, for sure. You're definitely
without them.
Yeah, you're definitely going to want to use these. They're amazing. I mean, it blocks out all the light.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
No, except the sun's just going to be that dark little orange circle in the sky.
Excited.
So if you have these, that's great. It's going to be a good day for it. No clouds like we were talking about. A little bit smoky though. That's the one thing we'll have to deal with. We do have this air quality alert in place for today, just until further notice. That includes Missoula, Granite, and Ravalli counties. And this is just because it's going to be hazy at least for the next couple days. We had a little break on Saturday. We brought it back yesterday. It's going to stick with us at least through Wednesday, it looks like, of this week. Monday's forecast, 86 in Missoula, 84 Kalispell, 85 in Hamilton, 80 in Polson by this afternoon. So here's some headlines we'll be watching for this week. Dry and hazy, smoky and hazy to start the week. Dry and hot Tuesday and Wednesday as we're going to get these temperatures in the lower and middle 90s. Then a cold front moves through, cooler thunderstorms and wind picks up on Thursday.
More people forced from their homes by the Lolo Peak Fire will be able to return home this morning at 10 a.m. Some evacuation orders will be replaced with warnings allowing residents to go home. Residents along the Highway 12 corridor west to Lolo Creek Drive will be moved to an evacuation warning order. The change does not include the homes on Balsam Route Road. Residents along the Highway 93 corridor living between the intersection with Highway 12 and Sun Valley Road will also be under an evacuation warning. The change west of Highway 93 does not cover Highland Drive and Folsom Road, which will remain under a mandatory evacuation order. Additionally, a resident pass will still be required for the old Highway 93 corridor south of Sun Valley Road. Officials lifted the mandatory evacuation order for residents of Sleeman Creek Road west of Lolo and placed it under a warning. The area between Highway 93 and Old Highway 93 now is in evacuation warning status. The Montana National Guard here to help man checkpoints and roadblocks in the area surrounding the Lolo Peak Fire. Soldiers received the order on Thursday and went through mandatory training. They are here to support local enforcement by manning roadblocks and protecting evacuated properties from theft and burglary.
We see it as being critically important, and we really appreciate the opportunity to be able to come in and help out the sheriff's departments from both Missoula and Ravalli County, as they've been stretched incredibly thin, doing the checkpoint security and assisting with the evacuation notices, and as well as trying to do their daily job.
The National Guard does plan to stick around until they are no longer needed. Senator Steve Daines visited the Lolo Peak Fire to address resource issues. He joined crews for a briefing on fire conditions and containment plans. Daines received a full tour of the Lolo Peak Fire and new command center at the Florence Carlton School.
We're going to get the resource that we need here to fight this fire. So I know there's some anxiety right now out there. Will the resource be there? The answer is yes. We've been working with FEMA to make sure we've got the resources we need, as well as with the National Forest Service, the state. We'll have the resources we need to fight this fire.
Daines said he is impressed with groups from federal, state, and local levels' ability to have one priority in mind, and that's keeping communities safe. But in order to do that, the state has to have funding. The federal government covers much of the cost of firefighting on federal lands, but Montana also bears a portion of the cost. He says the state will continue to pursue federal assistance, including Federal Emergency Management Administration. As of now, Daines said, we have the best crews across the nation working to contain the Lolo Peak Fire.
We have one of the best Type 1 incident commands in the nation right here in this Lolo fire, as it should be. Greg Ponchin and the team here are some of the best in the business. Pleased to see that, and you're starting to see the results. We got a few good breaks last night, despite the fact this fire grew 50% in the last 24 hours. The strategy these leaders are deploying, the choices they're making are paying off. We just could use a break in the weather right now.
You can find reports on all of the fires burning in western Montana on our website. We will continue to track all the details and critical information you need with our Fire Watch coverage on air and online, with our Facebook and Twitter feeds and the KPAX mobile app. Well, the Lodgepole complex of fires started July 19th, and it burned more than 270,000 acres. The fire caused a lot of damage, including to fences on ranches. MTN's David J. reports on a work day to help a family in Garfield County.
Volunteers replaced burned, damaged, and destroyed fencing for the Petersons on their ranch near Mosby in Garfield County.
When you have people by this numbers come to help you, it's awesome.
It's amazing. They come from everywhere and just to help us out. So it's a great thing.
And the Petersons have a lot of fencing to replace on the exterior of their property.
I'm 76 years old last February, and I told my wife I would probably never see this place fenced in what's left of my life. Now, maybe I will.
The fire burned more than 270,000 acres and came close to the Petersons' home. But the fire destroyed Larry's childhood home, which the Petersons' daughter was restoring.
This fire was a little bit overwhelming. I've never seen such a fire before.
They have about 22 miles of fencing to replace. Some of it that got burned is similar to this, and this is some of the original cedar that was put in by Larry and his family.
This was actually the sad part for him to see, because his grandfather and uncles and his dad and himself, they put up most of these fences.
The Breakfast Flakes, with the help of people making donations, celebrated the day of installing fences with about 200 volunteers.
Everybody that's here today is here because they want to do something nice. They want to do something neighborly. They've been in a situation where they've had loss and somebody's helped them out. This is really a feel-good event, and people are just helping because they want to help.
There's a lot of people that have been devastated by this fire, and Montanans help each other out in times of need, so figured we'd come up, pitch in, and do our part.
I'm not sure when I'll be able to write all these thank you cards, but I would like to put it out to everybody and to all the firefighters and all the people who worked on them fires. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
In Mosby, David J., MTN News.
Some volunteers had helped before the weekend, and more are expected to help the Petersons complete the fencing work. The highly anticipated Great American Eclipse is happening this morning. It will be the first in nearly 40 years seen in the United States. The rare solar eclipse occurs when the moon covers the sun, which will last for more than 2 minutes. The eclipse can be seen mainly from North America, where millions of people will be in the path of totality. The shadow will streak across 14 states in the U.S. on a path from Oregon to South Carolina. Those who are not on that 70-mile wide line will see a partial eclipse when the sun's bright surface is covered for more than 2 minutes. The only light visible in the sky will be the sun's outer atmosphere ring, known as the corona. The reason the sun and moon appear to be the same size is because the sun is about 400 times bigger than the moon, but it's also, coincidentally, about 400 times farther from the Earth. And here in western Montana, we are not expected to see the full solar eclipse since we're not directly in that path, so most areas will experience a partial eclipse. There are a few viewing parties across western Montana for the solar eclipse. In Missoula, the public library is sponsoring a viewing party at Kiwanis Park. It starts at 10:15. In Hamilton, they are expected to experience 95% totality. The public can view it during the Great Eclipse Caper at Bitterroot College, located at 103 South 9th Street. Flathead Valley Community College is hosting a solar eclipse viewing. The event is from 10:30 to 12. The event will be located on the lawn adjacent to the Rebecca Cheney Broussard Center of Nursing, Health, and Science. In Polson, the North Lake County Public Library is hosting their solar eclipse block party from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. For more details on the viewing events, go to our website at KPAX.com. Louis George is standing by right now. He's got the latest on the forecast.
All right, thank you, Justine. Good morning, everyone. Let's talk just a little bit more about the eclipse right here and what exactly happens during it. So pretend you, the viewers at home, are the sun. We have the Earth here, and then we have the moon. So the moon is going to pass between you, the viewers, the sun. It's going to pass between the Earth, and as it does, it casts that shadow, and it's going to go all across the mainland of the United States. Again, peak time here in Missoula for most of the viewing area around here is going to be around 11:30 a.m. this morning. This is the first time the moon has cast this total eclipse across the entirety of the United States since 1918. So it's a big event. It's going to be fun, and like we've been talking about, skies should be clear. However, it is going to be a little bit smoky and a little bit hazy. Here's a look outside at our St. Joseph Medical Center iCam in Polson this morning. Just beginning to get a light there. And then another picture sent in to us by Eric. This is just some more pictures of the Lolo Peak fire over the weekend. Just you had these giant pyrocumulus clouds forming, especially we saw those Friday night. So here's another one. Eric, thank you so much for that picture right there. Let's take a look at our Doppler network to see what we have going on. It's pretty active further off to the east. Rain showers and thunderstorms with some severe storms here in parts of the Dakotas. More rain showers down here in clouds in the southwest. However, as we move in closer, you can see the skies are beginning to clear. We have some clouds down here around Idaho Falls. Don't worry if you have plans to head down there by this afternoon. All these clouds are going to continue to take off to the east. Should be really nice viewing anywhere later on this morning. Now, as far as our weather goes, we have a pattern that's been in place. It's very hot and dry weather. That's going to continue for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. As we roll into Tuesday and Wednesday, see this big ridge form, highs making it up into the lower and middle 90s on both Tuesday and Wednesday. Now we're going to get a little bit of a dip in the jet stream here. So cooler weather is going to roll in on Thursday. However, we're going to bring in the winds are going to pick up as a cold front moves through. Also, we're going to see some scattered rain showers and thunderstorms develop. Now it doesn't look like we'll get a lot of rain with those, but we're going to keep an eye on that. Cooler temperatures rolling on Thursday. Then unfortunately, we're going to warm it right back up as this ridge builds back in as we push into the weekend and into next week. Here's your forecast for Kalispell. 84 today, 90 on Tuesday, 90 on Wednesday. There's those chances of rain showers and thunderstorms as we move into Thursday. 81 on Thursday, 78 on Friday, and temperatures back into the 80s Saturday and Sunday.
All right, so hopefully people can kind of get some good spots out there to view this eclipse.
I think so, yeah. You know what, I think there's going to be a lot of traffic out there.
There will be.
So maybe get out a little bit early. If you have your secret spot you want to get to, go ahead and head there early. And then, yeah, just try to enjoy it. It should be a lot of fun.
All right, well, thanks, Lewis. And stick around. We'll be right back with much more. But first, here's some birthdays for you this morning.